Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Addison Juarez, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance and why we should have more restrictions and monitoring for children on the internet. So let's dive into it. As we know, the internet is a huge part of our lives. We use it to learn, to connect with our friends, and most importantly, to have fun. But let's be real, the internet can also be a pretty scary place. That's why I firmly believe we need to do a better job of protecting kids like me on the internet. One of the biggest and most prevalent concerns is predators. These people can be really sneaky and manipulative, and they often target kids on social media or gaming platforms. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, 1 in 7 kids receive unwanted online solicitation. That's just disgusting. We need to make sure we're being careful about who we talk to online and what information we share. Another issue is cyberbullying. We've all seen it happen. Someone posts a mean comment or message and it can be really hurtful. But it's not just the person being bullied who gets hurt. It can affect everyone who sees it. We need to stand up against cyberbullying and support each other when we're going through tough times. And then there's the issue of explicit content. Let's face it, the internet can be a pretty wild place. There are tons of videos, images, and just everything that aren't suitable for kids. We need to make sure we're not exposed to that stuff and that we're not sharing it with others. So the most popular influencer or child influencer that comes to my mind that I've seen throughout my childhood is Piper Raquel. Piper is a great but also depressing example of how unnoticed it is for a child to be exploited. Recently, there's been a documentary that's been made about her, and most of the people that she's friends with that would be on her set, like that she'd make content with, and that most of them would come through and just talk about their weird experiences and basically just the exploited factors of all of her films and video and content that we really didn't see when as a child when we would watch it. But now looking back, you see like all of the weird instances and you see it from their eyes. So Piper is still a minor, so she has been able to give her side of the story. We don't know what'll happen when she does, but hopefully there's some truth and some light to it. But it really does go to show just how we really need to be watching what our children are consuming online, because things like that is pretty crazy and pretty altering. Now, furthermore, let's talk about the internet addiction. We've all seen people glued to their screens, scrolling mindlessly through social media or playing games for hours on end. It's not healthy and can be really damaging to our mental and physical health. We need to find a balance between our online and offline lives. So what can we do about this? First, we need to be more aware of the risks online. We need to talk to our parents, teachers, and friends about what we're seeing and experiencing online, so just opening up to trusted people. We also need to use parental controls and online safety tools to help protect ourselves. We can also make a difference by being kind online and standing up against cyberbullying, promoting positive content. Let's work together to create a safer, more supportive online community for everyone. In addition, we need to think about the impact of social media on our mental health. Have you ever felt pressure to present a perfect image online? I know I have. Or compared your life to someone else's highlight reel? It's time to take a step back and rethink our social media habits. We also need to consider the role of parents and educators in protecting kids online. They can help us set boundaries, monitor our online activity, and have open conversations about online safety. Moreover, we need to think about online etiquette. We just need to be respectful and kind online, just like we would in person. People often hide and use hateful words online because you can't directly say that to a person. It's kind of like you're hiding behind a mask, which really isn't good. It's worse for the person that you're bullying, but even worse for the person that's behind the mask. So just thinking before we post and consider how our words and actions might affect others. Furthermore, we need to be aware of online scams and phishing attempts. We need to be careful about what information we share online and make sure we're not giving away sensitive information to strangers. That can be really, really harmful. In conclusion, the internet is a powerful tool that can both be amazing and terrifying. But by being aware of the risks, taking steps to protect ourselves, and promoting positive online behavior, we can create a safer, more supportive online community for everyone. So what can we do to make a difference? We can start by being more mindful of our online behavior and by speaking out when we see something that's not right. We can also support organizations that work to protect kids online and advocate for policies that prioritize online safety. Let's work together to create a safer, more supportive online community for everyone. Let's be kind, respectful, and responsible online. Let's look out for each other and make sure everyone feels supported. We can do this. We can make a difference and create a better online world for everyone. Thanks for listening.